Check 49, check
80 weapon.
Check 4, check 4.
Hey, Sam off.
Switch. Chance.
Ready to go. Hit it.
Looking to throw. Chambers. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. X3, 218, chopper.
Crash. Check. Lucky. Whip.
Clear.
Watch the whip.
Big grip.
Hill on first down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Chambers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Here we go. 90, Wolf.
What's tight is right. What's tight?
Let go.
Looking to throw on second down. Johnston looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Tight end left.
Hey, Echo.
4 down.
Yo, go. Ready?
2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Check 50, check 50.
Mike's 50. 57's right. Hey, lock it.
Get in the weight room. Check, check, check.
Gone.
Joker, joker. Check nickel, let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They juked him. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You ain't got nothing.
Looking to throw. Chambers. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Watch the safety creep. He's coming. We got double up. Check. Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
You draw quarters. Ready. Deep grip.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on. You better bring it. Watch that. Recon, 132 fighter. Yo, faster. Shoot.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 9, check 9. Back.
Protein spill. Hey, Foxtrot. Let's go.
2nd and 4. It's complete to Diggs. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Stephon Diggs. His 6th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Jet bomber.
Long day for you. Hey, Mike's 50. Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time.
Under 10. Look at me. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
A first down carry for Henry. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Watch twist. 25. Check 25. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Dudes. Bang.
On second down. It's Henry, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I got you. Undercut.
On second down, here's Henry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Derrick Henry. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boswell for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
You that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd and 3. Steps away to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
61, matchbox lights.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Greystone travel. Go.
Back to throw. Chambers. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Six, bullet high.
All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Right.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start.
Let's go.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, here we go. Shit.
General West.
50. Come on, D.
And go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
At the Steelers' 43-yard line.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Yeah, I got you.
To throw on 2nd down. Chambers. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the 1st half, and that's the 1st target, not just the 1st catch, 1st target.
50's the mic. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Out.
Blue draw Corpus.
50.
You go. Leo.
You gonna see me and you're not.
Go.
Check 31.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the Steelers' 19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Chambers. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's now 3rd down and less than a yard.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Get it.
From the gun, Chambers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On first down, Chambers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 15. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Johnston. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. And Diggs has it. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll give Henry another shot. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derrick Henry. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Yeah, baby. It's game, baby.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Steelers 28, Saints 17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they try the right side here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Shoot. Go Mike 50, Mike 50. 3 bud. Hey, alert 3.
80 weapons, 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You got nothing.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Saints on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Squeeze.
Looking to throw. Chambers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 4th down, Chambers. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Hey, zoom.
Throwing on first down. Chambers. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Bud Dupree able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Tight right, tight right. 4 down, check, 4 down.
Hey, wahoo.
Mike's 50. Bring it.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Chambers. And Thomas has it. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Let's go.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
Ready.
Throwing again. Chambers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 22-yard scamper. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play call.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Operating from the gun, Johnston. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the new